Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, starseed astrologer and spiritual messenger from sacredsoulempowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, August 10th through Sunday, August 16th, 2020. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Power Angel Tarot deck by Radley Valentine and the Yin Yang Oracle by Stellara for the main message for everyone. Your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, will be coming from the Work Your Light deck by Rebecca Campbell. Just a reminder that we're in the month of August now, so if you haven't already watched the monthly angel card reading for the month of August, please be sure to go onto my YouTube channel and take a look at that for the overall energy of the month, the astrological highlights, and messages from our angels and guides. So let's start this week's weekly reading by looking at your stones of choice. Your first stone of choice here is called green fuchsite, sometimes called emerald fuchsite. The green fuchsite helps to bring clearing and healing on various levels of one's consciousness. It helps with mental and emotional body balance, and it helps with the aspect of acceptance. The second stone of choice, this is called black kyanite. We often see blue kyanite, but we don't see black as often. So the black kyanite helps with cutting cords and connections to the past. It helps to remove blockages, transmutes negative vibrations or negative energies, and aligns us with one's life purpose. And then the last stone of choice is called infinite. And infinite is a stone that helps to heal on all areas or all levels of the self. It helps to remove negativity physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And it helps to unlock the heart chakra to overcome past traumas. So again, your stones of choice are the green fuchsite, the black kyanite, or the infinite. So there's a lot going on astrologically this week, more than I've seen in quite a while. So let's go ahead and jump into that. We start out on Monday, the 10th of August, with Mercury, planet that rules the mental realm, the planet that rules our thoughts, ideas, and communications. And it's in bright, sunny, creative Leo right now, but it's challenging Uranus in Taurus on Monday. So Uranus is the great awakener. Uranus brings freedom energies. It brings quick and sudden redirection energies. It brings in energies that are strange, unusual, or different. And so with Mercury challenging Uranus on Monday, this could mean that people are speaking before they're thinking things through. There could be some quick kind of mental verbal reactions on people's parts. This could also bring in some wonderful creative ideas, but again, it is a challenging aspect. So look for difficult communications or difficulty with the thoughts within your own mind. This could be about breaking free through your words. So in other words, if Uranus is this freedom energy, we're going to use our words, our communications, our thoughts, and our ideas to break free from the norm, to be different, to free ourselves from something that's limiting. Also on Monday, but this happens very late on Monday, so this is going to take us into Tuesday, and especially for those of you that are in Europe or Australia or New Zealand, this happens for you on Tuesday. So late Monday and into Tuesday, we have the Sun and a very interesting connection to Jupiter. In fact, this particular connection happens a lot this week with both the Sun and with Mercury. So this is called an inconjunct and sometimes called a quincunx aspect, which is an aspect where we need to adjust something. We need to adjust energies within ourselves. We need to adjust our perceptions. We need to adjust how we are experiencing things or taking action with things. And this particular transit is the Sun in creative Leo, and it's inconjunct or quincunx Jupiter in Capricorn. Now, Jupiter does rule our belief systems. Jupiter rules abundance, prosperity, and blessings. Jupiter rules the expansion principle. So it expands whatever energies it's touching. But again, this is that weird kind of inconjunct quincunx aspect where we need to adjust something. Because the sun is in a fire sign, Leo, and fire is all about creativity and energy and leadership and forward movement and just spiritual energy in general. And Jupiter is in Capricorn, an earth sign, which is more practical, which is more grounded, which is more down to earth and dealing with things like career and our goals and even money matters and finances. Those two elements, fire and earth, don't necessarily merge or blend well together. So again, there needs to be an adjustment with how we're expressing ourselves, which is the sun in Leo, and how we are perceiving or believing our circumstances or our reality to be, which would be that Jupiter expression. Now, as we go into Wednesday, the sun is now making that same inconjunct quincunx aspect, but now it's making it to Neptune in Pisces. And Neptune is the planet that rules the spiritual realm. It rules things that are intangible or not easily seen. It does rule connections to our angels and guides. It rules faith and trust. It rules everything spiritual. But on an earthly type of level, it rules illusion, confusion, and delusion. So now the sun in Leo is needing to adjust itself with the Neptunian energies. So again, we're needing to adjust how we express ourselves. We need to adjust our ability to take charge and be a leader. This is all that sun in Leo. We're needing to adjust our connection to our own inner child, because that's Leo as well. So this, Leo can be about connecting with children, but it's also about connecting to your own inner child, and at times about healing the own inner child. So all of these things, with the sun first connecting to Jupiter, and then the sun connecting to Neptune on late Monday into Tuesday and Wednesday, there's some adjustments that are needing to be made here. On Thursday the 13th, we have Mars the warrior challenging Pluto the transformer. This is pretty heavy duty. Pluto normally rules Scorpio in the zodiac, right? So if you're Scorpio, you're Pluto ruled. However, before Pluto was discovered in 1930, Mars was the ruler of Scorpio. Mars is considered the ancient ruler of Scorpio. So now you have Mars, the ancient ruler of Scorpio, the current ruler of Aries, and it's challenging Pluto, the modern ruler of Scorpio. And what's Scorpio about? It's about power and control and transformation and death and rebirth and transmutation and all things that deal with the deep psyche of our subconscious, the shadow side, the things that are hidden, things that need to be researched and deeply understood. So Mars square Pluto can be like a volcano erupting. So this is about some sort of perhaps challenge. This might be a challenge on an internal level. Again, we might be dealing with our inner desires. We might be dealing with subconscious patterns. We might be dealing with our own power and control issues within ourselves in regards to our life, or even in regards to relationships that we're having with other people. But this can definitely be external as well. This can bring about external situations and events that have sort of a explosive and or challenging effect to it. Mars is in its home sign right now of Aries. Pluto, of course, is very slow moving, and so is and has been and will continue to be in Capricorn for a while. So we have this Aries nature, this Mars in Aries that wants to move forward, take charge, be a leader, unfold the situation in a very quick manner. Mars in Aries wants immediate gratification, if you will, and it wants to put energy and action and forward movement towards their goals or your goals. And Pluto, again, is transformation, death and rebirth, change, dealing with the shadow side of things, dealing with power and control secrets. So again, these two in a conflict with one another, in a square aspect with one another, could be definitely very interesting. I feel like we're going to feel this on Wednesday as well. It actually occurs very early Thursday morning Pacific time, 12:14 a.m., which means we're going to start feeling it build up the second half of the day Wednesday if you're here in the United States. And for those of you that are in Europe and Australia and New Zealand, you're definitely going to be feeling this on Thursday. So Wednesday, Thursday, we're feeling this. Now, again, we started out with Mercury challenging Uranus. Now we have Mars challenging Pluto, and we're not done yet. We're going on to Friday. Whereas the Sun was making that inconjunct quincunx aspect on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday with first Jupiter and now Neptune. Now it's Mercury's turn. Mercury, the planet that rules our thoughts, ideas, and communications, is now making that same inconjunct or quincunx aspect to Jupiter on Friday, and then later on Friday to Neptune. And so now again, we're needing to adjust our thoughts, our perceptions, our ideas. We're needing to adjust how we see things out in the world, how we see things in our environment, how we see things within our relationships. What are your belief systems? They may need to be adjusted. Are you seeing through rose-colored glasses? Maybe you need to take off the rose-colored glasses. There's things going on here with first the Sun and now Mercury connecting in that way to both Jupiter and Neptune, where we're needing to adjust our perceptions and our expressions out in the world. Now on Saturday, now the Sun is making that inconjunct or quincunx aspect to Pluto. And so now we're dealing again with this power, control, death and rebirth, transformation and big changes within regards to our ego, our self-expression with the Sun in Leo. I'm going to jump ahead for a moment because on Sunday, the 16th, Mercury now connects with Pluto in the same way. So again, we have this Sun, Mercury connecting in this odd sort of way to Jupiter, Neptune, and then Pluto all in this week. Now, if we back up for a minute, Saturday, we're not done with Saturday. Saturday, we have Uranus, the Great Awakener, going to retrograde motion at 10 degrees of Taurus, and very early in the morning at 7:25 a.m. Pacific time. So we're going to be feeling this the day before. In fact, we're going to be feeling this all week. In fact, we've probably felt this starting to happen last week. So because Uranus is slow moving, as it's been slowing down to turn retrograde, it's intensifying the effects of what Uranus is all about. Again, let's list off the keywords for Uranus. Freedom, definitely freedom, breaking free from restrictions, sudden redirections or sudden movement, sudden changes. This is about, again, beating to the beat of your own drum, being independent, being prophetic, moving towards future or futuristic plans and ideas. It's about strange, unusual, and different events or happenings. Uranus rules technology, so we could have some technological issues happening at this time. Uranus rules scientific advances, so there could be something going on there. Uranus rules the heavens, the stars, the God mind, the higher mind, if you will. So this can be opening our crown chakra to higher information, or even the ability to channel forth information verbally or in written form. Uranus is an electrical kind of energy, so we may be feeling like we're having a nervous anxiety sort of energy within ourselves. Maybe we're not being able to sleep as well, or conversely, we might be feeling overly tired and needing to sleep more if we can. So all of these things are starting to be heightened with Uranus turning retrograde on Saturday. Now let's go to Sunday the 16th. We already mentioned that Mercury is in that inconjunct or quincunx aspect to Pluto after the Sun was in that aspect to Pluto on Saturday. So now still, again, adjustments need to be made in how we're communicating, how we're perceiving, how we're thinking, how we're realizing things on that mental level. Continuing on Sunday, the Sun, and this is the easiest aspects of all this week, is the Sun and Mercury are in a nice positive trine aspect to Mars. Okay, the Sun is in fire sign Leo, Mars is in fire sign Aries, and they're connecting in a positive way on Sunday, both the Sun and Mercury. So again, leadership, creative self-expression, creative ideas, new ideas, taking charge, being a leader, if I didn't say that already, just really shining your light in the best possible way. Also on Sunday, one last aspect, because there's 4 things happening here on Sunday, is that Venus, which is in Cancer still in Cancer for now, is in a challenging aspect to Chiron, the wounded healer. So Venus is about our relationships, about our personal resources, such as finances, money, and other resources. And it's about our sense of self-worth. Chiron brings up wounds that need to be healed from previous lifetimes. Right now it's in Aries, which rules our sense of self, our self-identity, our self-confidence. So with Venus in a square, challenging aspect to Chiron, we might have challenges in our relationships. We might have challenges with home and family matters because Venus is in Cancer, the sign of home and family. We might have difficulty with some sort of financial or money matter. And we also may feel a challenge just in regards to how we value ourselves or how we see ourselves and feel about ourselves, our sense of self-worth. So all of these things going on this week, lots and lots happening. So I was guided to do something a little bit different as far as the card messages this week from our angels and guides. I was guided to use 2 different decks. So first we have the Power Angel Tarot deck, and then each card has a sister card, if you will, from the Yin Yang Oracle deck, which is a new deck that I've had for the last 2 or 3 weeks. I haven't used it in any of my videos yet, so let's see what happens. Let's turn over this first card here. Ooh, Major Arcana, number 18. This is the Moon card. So in the traditional tarot, this is the Moon. The ruler of this card in this deck is Archangel Haniel, and Archangel Haniel rules our psychic and intuitive perceptions, our ability to connect with our own healing abilities, to connect with the moon's mystery and magic. And it says at the bottom, the opportunity to improve your plans. Listen to your intuition for accurate guidance. Face your fears and grow stronger. So the moon often is about our subconscious fears and anxieties that we need to kind of heal or release or let go. It's about our subconscious patterns. You know, the moon rules an intensification of our psychic, intuitive, and healing abilities. And so here again, the message seems to be that there, you know, and as far as moving forward this week, we can improve how we're feeling, seeing, perceiving, and experiencing our life. It says the opportunity to improve your plans. So any goals, any plans that you've had set into motion that you've been working on, it seems like all of these aspects this week are giving us the ability to adjust something. Remember that inconjunct quincunx aspect that's going on all week with Jupiter, Neptune, and Pluto from both the Sun and Mercury isn't about an adjustment that needs to be made. So here we're needing to adjust something. And this can definitely be about adjusting our subconscious patterns because it's the moon. And the moon rules, again, kind of the shadow side of our ego, you know, our subconscious patterns that we operate under that are just kind of from childhood or previous lifetimes that we just, what do I want to say? It's like our emotional buttons getting pushed and we're just kind of emotionally reacting through this shadow lens, if you will. So here we might be needing to adjust our subconscious patterns. We need to adjust and expand upon, you know, and move out of our fears and anxieties. We're needing to adjust and improve our plans. Listen to your intuition for guidance. That's what the moon is all about. Listen to your inner intuition for guidance. So things might seem confusing on the outside in our outer reality, external reality. This says to go within. This says to silence your mind. This says to do some meditation and soul searching and self-reflection and to tune into what feels right. That's what the moon is. What feels right. That's your intuitive calling there, is what is feeling right to you. Let's go ahead and take a look at the card from the Yin Yang Oracle that came out with that. Let's see how they pair up. Okay, we have Pluto, transformation. Now, that's interesting because we do have, as I said, Mars challenging or squaring Pluto this week. And the moon, dealing with subconscious patterns, Pluto does rule that realm of our psyche. You know, it does rule our subconscious. It rules things that are hidden, underneath that are a mystery. And here it says transformation, Pluto transformation. So to me, it feels like we're needing to transform our subconscious patterns. We're needing to transform or transmute our fears and anxieties and listen to our inner voice. Listen to our higher soul self. Listen to the intuitive guide within you. Okay? All right. Beautiful there. And let's look at this card here. Wow, another major arcana. Major arcana number 8. This is the Justice card with Archangel Raguel. Okay? Archangel Raguel can help us when we have communication with like authority, or just in communication really in general with anybody, but oftentimes you see him with legal, he's like legal counsel. He's like a legal counselor, if you will. And so he can stay objective, just like the Justice card. It's about kind of the scales of justice here and weighing out things and being, looking at the pros and cons, but also in communications with other people when we're needing to work things out with them. Archangel Raguel can be a great archangel to call upon. So the Justice card here says, fight for justice and equality. Rulings made in your favor. Don't give up. The number 8 numerologically, which again this card is the 8th major arcana, the number 8 in numerology is about power and control. It's also about you owning your power and empowering yourself and being your own authority and being a leader and taking charge. So here I feel a great, energy of empowerment here. Justice will be done. You need to empower yourself. You need to take back your power from a situation, maybe a person. Maybe you need to take power back from your own thoughts or belief systems or karmic, patterns or subconscious patterns within you. Fight for justice and equality, rulings made in your favor. So the scales of justice are rebalancing here. There's something about the scales of justice. No matter what the external events appear like, the scales of justice are rebalancing in your favor according to the energy output that you've given. Okay, in other words, what you put out comes back to you, right? That's the law of karma, the law of cause and effect. If you've been a good person and you put out effort and you have faith and trust and you're kind and whatever it is, all those good deeds are going to come back to you. So justice will be done in the end, okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at the card that comes out with the Justice card and see what further information goes with that. We have the Ace of Fire, and at the top it says Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, the Ace of Fire. So the Ace of Fire, it's about new beginnings, right? The aces in the traditional tarot, this is not a tarot deck, but it does say Ace of Fire here. And that's about new beginnings on the spiritual level, new beginnings with forward-moving energy, new beginnings with creative self-expression. That's what Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius is all about. And so coming out with the Justice card, there's definitely a new beginning here in the scales of justice rebalancing. There's a new beginning here with you taking your power back. There's a new beginning with you feeling and being empowered. Maybe there's a new beginning in career or business or money or finances, because the number 8 with the Justice card numerologically rules those things. So whatever it is, it seems to be a very positive thing. Okay, it's like you're on fire, you're ready to move forward, you're ready to take your power back, you're ready to just make things happen, you're ready to use your creative self-expression in some way, shape, or form to move forward. Okay, and let's take a look here at the last card. Wow, another major arcana. Okay, so very important week as far as your soul's evolution and growth. Whenever we have major arcana showing up, it talks about the soul's journey through the tarot, basically, your soul's journey towards evolution and growth. So this is major arcana 13. In this deck, it's called Peace with Archangel Azrael. Now this is, in the traditional tarot, this is the Death card, which is about a metaphoric death and rebirth. Okay, it's about an inner transformation taking place within you that can then domino effect out into your external reality. So at the bottom of this card, it says, release the past. There is a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. So in some ways, this is about surrendering to this death and rebirth process, surrendering to what it is that needs to be let go of, whether it's a situation or circumstance, or whether it's an energy or pattern within you. Release and let it go. Archangel Azrael is the grief angel, kind of the grief counselor angel. She does assist those passing over from the third dimensional plane to, the other planes of reality. She helps our loved ones and our animals and whatnot pass over when they are leaving this plane of reality. But she also is the grief counselor angel, helping those that are kind of left behind from the transitions that are taking place with their loved ones. And not only because of the transitions, let's look at it another way. She just helps you to grieve whatever it is that you're letting go. So again, this can be about letting go of a pattern, an energy, a thought, an idea, a situation, a circumstance. It could be about releasing a relationship on some level. However, again, she's helping you to grieve this process and assist you with surrendering and letting go, knowing that new and better things are going to come in its place. Again, it says there is a more enriching future that is coming. So let go and let God. Release the past, okay? Let's take a look at this last card. Okay, the last card. And we are in, when I think about this, we had a full moon Monday of last week. So now we're in the waning cycle of the moon. The waning cycle after the full moon is about releasing and letting go. Let's take a look at this card that came out with that one. Decisions. And we have a person standing here sort of at a crossroads and trying to decide, do I go left or do I go right? So it seems like we may be actually at this crossroads. We may need to make some sort of decisions based on letting go of some energy or pattern or situation or circumstance. What do you want to decide? What do you need to make a decision about? Is it about yourself and taking your power back and being more empowered or independent or leadership oriented or creative or happy or joyful? Is it a decision about owning the fact that you're an infinite being of the light with infinite potential and possibilities, blessings of abundance and prosperity that are available to you? Is it a decision about moving? Is it a decision about leaving one job and moving into something else? Is it about a relationship? So it looks like there's decisions here that need to be made, but again, releasing the past. And I want to clarify something. If there's something regarding relationship matters, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to release physically the relationship. It might be about releasing patterns that are operating within the relationship, which means both parties have to be open, aware, and willing to do whatever work to make the changes that are needed to release the past ways of operating in the relationship. So let's go ahead and take a look at the special message card depending on your stone of choice. Okay, taking a breath here, closing my eyes and just giving our deck a shuffle. And for the green fuchsite people, green fuchsite, green fuchsite. Special message for green fuchsite. Okay, this one's catching my attention as I open my eyes, and it says, share your voice. Share your voice. It seems like you need to really communicate something to someone or people or a group. It says, come out of the cave, and it says, persecution, expression. It seems like there may be some sort of past life pattern here to where when you spoke your truth, and they're saying not just past life, but even in this life, when you spoke your truth in a situation, a relationship, or a past life situation, it seems like you were persecuted for it in some way, shape, or form. And so you've kind of closed down from speaking your truth. You've kind of closed down from being able to verbalize what it is that you need to verbalize, to stand up for yourself, to create a boundary, to, share your thoughts, ideas, or opinions. So now it's time to share your voice. Come out of the cave and express. Okay? Don't hide anymore. Don't hide in that dark cave anymore. Look at the beauty, the water, the ocean, the light, It looks like a beautiful city of some sort here beyond. You know, there's open horizons here for you, waiting. This new expression is waiting, but you have to come out first and express yourself. Express your truth, okay? All right. For those of you that chose the black kyanite, message for black kyanite. Black kyanite. The one that's on the bottom here is calling my attention, that I have my fingers on here. And it says mirror, mirror. And it says who or what is triggering you? Who or what is triggering you? Look at all of life as a mirror to your soul and what's happening within you. If you're in a relationship where there's challenges and difficulty, what are they mirroring to you? Are they mirroring to you the need to set better boundaries or to take your power back, to speak your truth? If you're in a situation or circumstance, whether it's home, family, or career-oriented or something else, if it's challenging, what is that mirroring to you? Again, the need to make some sort of change or redirect your life in some way, or again, to empower yourself. All of life is mirroring something to us. We're learning and growing and evolving as a result of the relationships, the situations, and the circumstances that we find ourselves in. And if we're feeling challenged emotionally or mentally by something or someone, this is asking us, what are we supposed to learn from this or understand from this or be aware of? Okay? So it seems like you're needing to take a look, and that's kind of the Jupiter thing, you know, the sun connecting with Jupiter in that weird aspect, Mercury connecting with Jupiter in that weird aspect, and again, they're connecting with Pluto and Neptune too. I guess we might as well include all of them. All of them can have that sort of effect where we're needing to expand our perceptions and see something from a higher level, a higher perspective, a higher understanding, a more spiritual understanding, and then act accordingly, and then transform it or transmute it if there's something to transform or transmute. But we're definitely needing to see what is being shown to us from all of these other people and circumstances and situations that we find ourselves in. Okay. And then for those of you that chose the infinite, special message for infinite people. Special message for infinite people. Special message for infinite. Nope. They said nope. Special message for infinite people. Okay, take a deep breath. Special message for infinite people. This one caught my attention as I opened my eyes, and it says, this is one of those cards that I don't even know what that word means, but it says Imrama, I think. I-M-R-A-M-A. If any of you knows that word, or if it's a place, you can let me know. Imrama. It says, where are you being called to journey to? It makes me wonder if Imrama is an ancient place that I've never heard of. So where are you being called to journey to? And it does have this person. It has this they're kind of on the water. I don't know if it's the ocean, and there's ancient ruins or structures here and here, but then there's this beautiful structure here bathed in kind of soft pink light. So where's your soul calling you to go next? And not just necessarily a physical place, but energetically. Is your soul calling you to change your job or career? Is your soul calling you to change where you live, the location of where you live? Is your soul calling you to speak your truth? What is your soul calling you to do? Or where are you being called to journey to? Maybe you're being called to do some healing work, some internal healing work through hypnotherapy or shamanic journeying, or maybe you're being called to learn new things, maybe taking some sort of classes, whether they be spiritual classes or more practical kinds of classes. Maybe you're being called to upgrade your website, or learn QuickBooks. It doesn't have to necessarily be a spiritual thing, but your soul is calling you towards something, to do something, to experience something. So this is about really tuning in to your higher soul self and kind of asking, what am I being called to do? What am I being called to learn? What am I being called to be aware of? And then act accordingly. So I hope you've liked this weekly angel card reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all of your thoughts and comments, following me on Facebook and YouTube, and checking out my website, and just leaving testimonials or whatever it is. I just thank you all greatly for your support and for your love and your energetic assistance. And I send you all lots of love and light and many angel blessings as we all take our next step forward in this month of August.